Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2020 with Manchester United. Today we have got both legs of the Barcelona games in the Champions League knockout stages, which is very exciting. We've actually got 4 games in between that I'm going to go and play offline because I'm very limited for time. We've not got long left until FM20 properly comes out, and that's when I want to start the Grasshopper save on Tuesday when the game comes out. So I have to get this done and out the way pretty quickly, which means a couple of double uploads, especially as we're trying to win the Champions League, and that might take a little bit of time considering that this is only the first knockout round, and we've also got to go to a quarter-final, a semi-final, and a final. So we will have another episode coming out later on today, unless you're watching this, of course, in the future, then it's just another episode. But if you're watching it now, in the now, another episode coming out later on today. Don't say I never treat you, because you double upload. First things first though, since last episode when we had 2 losses to Liverpool and Arsenal, we started off on the wrong foot basically with a 1-1 draw with Bournemouth, and now I was thinking, oh no, this is going to start to take its toll now. We're going to have a really bad run of form. But after that 1-1 draw with Everton scoring the goal for us, we actually have done okay. A 1-0 win over Wigan in the FA Cup 4th round. We've got Watford in the 5th round, but I'll play that off camera, so you'll see that at some point in today's episode. We then beat Nottingham Forest 1-0 with Luis Alberto getting the only goal of that game. We then took on Wolves away from home and scored 3 goals in the opening 15 minutes from Bernardeschi and Rashford to make sure we wrapped that one up 3-0. A 2-0 win away from Newcastle as well, with goals late on, this time from Pogba and Bernardeschi once again. Alexandro once again missing games now because he got injured in this particular game against Newcastle and is going to be out for at least the first game against Barcelona today. And last time out, we got back to winning ways with a 4-0 win over Leeds United. Daniel James, Pogba, Mata and Everton with the goals. And after Bernardeschi's been so great in recent weeks, he himself got injured in this one. So a few injuries kicking around for this Barcelona game, but we should have enough about ourselves, I think, today to get past Barca. Before we look at the tactics, before we look at the lineup for today's game, just to remind you, the FM20 giveaway that I'm doing is still going on, and we're going to reveal the winner on Monday. So if you're not yet entered, get yourself down in the description to enter that one. So for this first leg then, we've got De Gea in goal. The brick wall that he is, he should be okay, I think, for it. Luke Shaw comes in to replace the injured Sandro, who's going to be out for another 7 weeks or so. So probably won't actually see him at all in today's episode. Maguire comes in for a rare start, really, alongside Skriniar with the lot at right back. Wan-Bissaka just coming back from an injury that he had as well. He's getting match fitness again, but no, let's actually start him today. He is better than Dalot. Dalot's played well in recent weeks, but I think Wan-Bissaka is going to be the better player. That could be very risky. That's probably really risky, but we're putting Wan-Bissaka in. I've decided that on the spur of the moment. Pogba and Gabriel starting in the middle. Gabriel's done really well in the second half of the season. Rashford's still on the left because Everton's moved on to the right to replace Bernardeschi, who's injured again. And then Luis Alberto in the attacking midfield position, just behind Cavani. I think this team is good enough to beat Barcelona. It just sort of depends how well Lionel Messi plays for Barcelona, and that will change things, obviously. So then kickoff is upon us at the Nou Camp for the first leg. Barcelona, obviously, one of the best sides in the world. So this is going to be a really tough game, and they've got a corner within the first 10 minutes, which has been cleared. And actually, Everton looking to come on the counter-attack right now. Everton racing forward with some real pace. Can he get a ball into the middle? He does. Rashford's there, and Rashford opens the scoring with his 11th goal of the season. Gives us a crucial away goal as well. And we go 1-0 up against Barcelona, which, quite frankly, you love to see. Fantastic stuff. Really, really pleased with that one. Rashford, superb goal to fit. That's not an easy challenge, and so many times we've had the opportunities where we get in those situations but don't cross it, and it gets me really annoyed. This time Everton actually crossed it, so I'm very pleased with that as well. He's actually doing his job for a change. Straight from the kickoff, it looks like Barcelona coming forward. Griezmann on the ball, De Jong, Semedo on the ball, putting it in the middle. It's just about cleared by us. I'm not quite sure how it really go in the back of the net, but we've survived a little bit of a storm there. But again, another highlight. Are Barcelona going to come forward once again? The ball forward's rubbish, and actually Maguire collects it, but then we give it back straight away. And is De Jong going to get there? He's not. De Gea gets there first, but his clearance was quite panicked, actually, and doesn't really go to anyone in particular. I think he should have taken his time a bit more than that, but we do retain possession from a bad clearance from Ander ter Stegen. And what we keep giving the ball away too cheaply in the midfield. I think we just need to calm down, settle down. We're winning 1-0. We were winning 1-0. We're now drawing 1-1. Barcelona straight back in there. Barcelona are looking the stronger side in today's game. which is not good, not the best really. Skriniar puts it towards Everton, who's in, but does that. I mean, he's magnificent sometimes, Everton. He is really, really good in some situations, but in other situations, he's just, I don't know, abysmal. That's probably the best word for it. Decent shot from Luke Shaw, but that shot from Everton, that has to hit the target. I don't know how he's not hitting the target with those kind of opportunities. Corner comes in, Cavani. Looked like it was going to be an open plate for him to score there, but he does get the ball back in, but it's cleared by the first man, and Barcelona can get rid of that one. As we approach half-time, there is one final highlight, perhaps, as Barcelona look to come forward. Semedo, who's looked really dangerous, doesn't look dangerous there at all. That's an Everton-esque shot, that one, but we've now got the corner. If we can grab it before half-time, Everton... I mean, that was better from him, but it's still over the bar. And another highlight before half-time. 3 of them coming in the 45th and 46th minute. Makes you think a goal is definitely coming, as we've given the ball to Griezmann, who's through behind the defence, and De Gea makes a vital save. So heading into the second half then, we want to go aggressive. Far from pleased what I've just seen. We need to play better than this. I mean, I say I'm far from pleased. Actually, that's quite harsh on my lads. We're 1-1 with Barcelona away from home. Doing very well. I've been very harsh on them there, as Pogba gets a goal right at the start of the second half from a Luis Alberto free kick, aided by the woodwork. I was waiting for the VAR to come up, but it's not been given as VAR. Pogba just rises above the defenders and just plants that in the bottom corner. That was a superb goal, and we are 2-1 up against Barcelona at the Nou Camp. Obviously, if any team can turn around a deficit, it is Barcelona, especially away from home as well. And there we go, straight again. We need to switch on a little bit quicker after we've scored goals, because we've conceded very quickly again there. Griezmann getting the goal this time. But what is important is that we do have 2 away goals. That puts us in a really, really good position for the home leg, even though they have scored 2 goals themselves, Barcelona. If we can see it out and get a 2-2 draw away from home, I'll be pleased with that. I was expecting the worst, to be fair. So, Cavani's header straight at the keeper, to be fair. If any put it just either side of the keeper, that could have been in the back of the net. Griezmann is injured. He's off the pitch. Potential lower leg injury. Now, obviously, as Man United manager in a game, I hope he's broken his leg and can't play him a next leg. Obviously, that would be terrible if it happened in real life, but that's what I'm hoping for in game at least. I doubt it'd be that anyway. But Messi coming forward, and he's nearly put it in the back of the net there. Barcelona looking dangerous late on in today's game. Let's solidify things at the back. Maguire is looking nervous, so let's bring Christopher Ayer on the pitch instead. Luke Shaw's also looking nervous, but we haven't got anyone to play at left back other than Dalot, but I don't really want to do that. Cavani's not played brilliantly, actually, only a 6.7, so we'll bring Greenwood on for the final few moments. He might be able to grab a goal right at the end of the game, perhaps, when everyone's tiring and he's still got full of energy. In the meantime, though, Barca have a throw-in right near our box, and it's gone through to Suarez. And he scored, hasn't he? That's what he's done. 16th of a season for... To be fair, if you're taking Griezmann on the pitch and you're bringing Suarez on, it's a good goal. But how has he scored this? De Gea, how has he been beaten there? That was a terrible goal to concede. And all of a sudden, we're now losing 3-2, which means we have to win the second leg. I mean, albeit we can win it 1-0 and go through on away goals. But I thought we might actually sneak a draw here today. I wasn't really confident about winning, but you never know in these kind of situations. As Suarez is put through again, is Suarez about to... If that had gone in the back of the net, that could have been the Champions League tie over completely. We've come from this before, though. We've lost games before in the knockout stage of European competitions, and we've gone on to go through. So hopefully, or have we done that? We lost to Wolfsburg, but I can't remember if that was in the knockouts. That was the knockout stage, I think, wasn't it? We'll double check this in a minute anyway. But it's a 3-2 loss to Barcelona, but I'm very optimistic going into the second leg with 2 away goals. Yeah, it was the Wolfsburg game. We lost it 2-1 in that second first. Yeah, it was Wolfsburg. Yes, it was Wolfsburg last season. We lost it 2-1 in the first leg. Yes, it was Wolfsburg last season. We lost 2-1 in the first leg, but then won 1-0 in the second leg, went through on away goals. I think we can do that again against Barcelona. I really believe that. Now, we've got 4 games in between this next Barcelona game, and usually I would do that as sort of some highlights, but I'm very, very pushed for time at the moment, and it means less editing for me, less talking as well. So I think I'm just going to skip through it. I'll tell you the results and then we'll have the Barcelona games. So I'm going to go and play these games and then I'll tell you the results in a second's time. I tell you what, now that we're back, I really wish I had recorded those games in between episodes, even just the highlights, because we scored 12 goals and conceded none in all of them. It was great as we won against Crystal Palace 3-0, Everton, Pogba and Alberto with the goals. Following an early sending off from Tom Davies against Watford, we had Marcus Rashford and Daniel James on the score sheet for that one in the FA Cup 5th round, which was fantastic. We've got Barnsley in the 6th round, so that should be a routine win. 4-0 against Leicester as well, away from home. Pogba, Shaw, Rashford and Everton with the goals in that one. And then against Aston Villa, Rashford with a brace and Juan Mata with a goal very early on as well in a 3-0 drubbing of Aston Villa. So that was really good in between episodes. Now I've got Barcelona again, obviously, but I'll show you the Premier League table again. Now, you can see that we are still miles off. We're still 9 points off City, 11 points off Liverpool. We're still, and they've got games in hand as well. So we're not winning the Premier League this season. We're just not. We're 6 points ahead of Arsenal. Actually, they've got a game in hand on us, so they could actually bring it down to 3 points. But again, I don't think we're going to be dropping points against many other teams. We've got City again at this season at some point. You'll see here next to Man City, EC2, which is actually the Euro Cup 2, which is in real life the Europa Conference League, which is a brand new European football competition coming in 2021 or 2021-22 season, I believe. Once you get to this part of your saves, you will unlock this, obviously, or I say unlock it. It just happens. It's in the game. It comes around anyway, and it's like another European competition, but for lower than the Europa League. So expect some weird stuff to happen there. I'm sure Man City have got a provisional qualification there. They'll finish Champions League, so they get that and it gets passed down the league. I'm not entirely sure how anyone's going to qualify for it yet. I assume like 7th, 8th place might get it in the Premier League or something like that. We'll have to wait and see in 2021 in real life, but in Football Manager, it should be quite interesting to play as that. Anyway, going into this Barcelona game, the lineup's pretty similar, actually. We've got De Gea in goal, Shaw still at left back because Denea's not played for a while, actually, but Sandro, is injured. Tunzabe is in there. Obviously, Denea's not there. He's the centre-back that comes in every now and again, but he's not played for a while. He's just not as good as I thought he was going to be, Denea, so he's not really played so much. But Tunzabe comes in because he's very, very good. Skriniar obviously playing there as well, with the lot at right back today because Aaron Wan-Bissaka is on a yellow card suspension, and if we get through, I think we might need him. So I want to save him for this game. I don't want to play him. Pogba and Partey in the middle with Rashford, Luis Alberto, Bernardeschi back from injury on the right-hand side, and Cavani still leading the line for us. That's the lineup. This is it. It's the Champions League. Let's go for it then. Right, and kickoff is upon us, and obviously we are 3-2 down on aggregate, so we need to do something about that. We have to score 1 goal at a minimum, all right? And I think we should be able to do that at home. I presume that Barcelona are more defensively set up today than offensively set up to try and help us, because they know we're going to be on the attack, and actually I'm going to go attacking early on rather than just positive. I think we have got the strength to do it today. We scored 2 goals at their place. Surely we can score 1 goal at our place. That's my line of thinking, basically, as Axel Tunzabe gets back and don't mess around with it too much. What the hell was that? What on earth was... I mean, luckily, we still got the ball, but I don't quite know what went on between those two. Then there's Skriniar now playing as a winger. Bernardeschi into Luis Alberto. Thomas Partey. Bernardeschi in the area. I thought there could have been a foul there. Skriniar, though, back in defensive duties now after his little gallivant up the wing. Gets a great ball into Rashford, who scores a fantastic goal for his 16th of the season. He's really turned things on and started scoring goals this season, especially on that left wing. He's been doing fantastic, and this is a great ball from Skriniar, to be fair. I mean, Pogba. No, it was Skriniar. That's why I got very confused then. Skriniar up to Pogba. Rashford, sorry, I'm getting all confused now, but that was a great little turn in the back of the net. And as things stand right now, we will be going through to the quarterfinals of the Champions League, which you love to see. Just before half-time, though, and Barcelona have got other things in their mind. They want to try and grab a goal. They need to score some goals now to get themselves back in this tie and to progress into the quarterfinals. But Bernardeschi gets on the end of the ball there. If we can make it 2-0 now, which we can't. If we could have made it 2-0, that would have been massive. But the highlight continues, just like in the previous game. A lot of highlights around the half-time mark. Barcelona looking to come forward. Firpo on the ball into Dembele, who's looking to take on his man there and brushes past him and luckily puts it into the side netting. It's not a Suarez incident from last game, luckily for us. Half-time though, and we are 1-0 up. It's where we need to be. We just need to hold on passionately. the media story have given you a lot of credit recently. Sort it out, shown that you're right to deserve this credit, something like that. I didn't read it. It's something along those lines either way. And we start off the second half with a highlight, which usually means goal, which I'm very nervous about, as Lionel Messi plays it back to De Jong. De Jong back to Piqué, who puts it up, but that's a poor pass, and Skriniar in towards Diogo Dalot, who puts it up towards Cavani. Cavani can't score. Luis Alberto, Rashford can't score. That was a perfect opportunity for us. Unfortunately, we couldn't score, and now Lionel Messi's corner is driven in, cleared only as far as Dembele, which hits the crossbar. Very, very fortunate, and De Gea just about gets there to save us. Right, looking at the stats, we are dominant. 13 shots to 5 shots, more possession as well. Cavani through and not scoring a goal. I was about to celebrate there. I think he could have been offside. Yeah, it says down there he was offside anyway, so it doesn't matter. He looked very, very... Obviously, he either had a lot of pace there or was miles offside, and obviously it was the miles offside. He is 35 now, so pace isn't going to be there for him, unfortunately, as the ball forward from Tanzabe isn't brilliant, but Pogba does collect the loose ball, and Rashford now coming forward into Bernardeschi. If we just grab a second goal, I'll feel so much better. I'll also feel better when Bernardeschi actually shoots on target as well. That would be quite nice. As Umtiti's ball into Skriniar is obviously good for us because we've regained the ball, and Rashford coming forward, get a ball central. Pogba, Shaw can get it in. Bernardeschi can't get there, but Thomas Partey can. Diogo Dalot into Bernardeschi. We are passing it around quite nicely, to be fair, as Dalot. Rashford, goal, second of the game. Marcus Rashford. I've said that all wrong. I got a bit of a lisp there or something like that. Marcus Rashford puts it in the back of the net. 2-0 up against Barcelona, 4-3 on aggregate. And now I'm starting to relax a little bit. I can see the quarterfinals coming. I think we can do it. But there is a highlight straight from kickoff once again. And Barcelona coming forward. Great interception from Zabe. Bernardeschi coming forward. Can he get it into Cavani? Doesn't. He takes the shot instead. Should have passed it earlier on. Luke Shaw looking apprehensive. And... but we don't want to... Okay, let's bring Wan-Bissaka on. I'm not wanting to play him because I don't want to risk his yellow card, but I don't want an apprehensive player on the pitch that could jeopardise everything for us. So we're going to take him off. Bernardeschi has not played well either, so Everton is going to come on in his place. Can we swap them and Rashford round? No, let's leave it like it was. Let's leave Everton on the right-hand side. He has scored goals in between episodes, or in the middle of the episode, and you know what I'm trying to say either way. He has scored goals, and Suarez has also scored goals, and he scored one there, which brings it back to 4-4. And if they grab an equaliser, if they grab a second goal, that rules out the away goal things now. So we can't let them score. We just need the scorelines to stay as they are. But that's now staying as they are for half an hour. And I probably should have gone off attacking, actually, shouldn't I? Back to positive, please. As Barcelona come forward. And Dembele now on the ball. Saul hits the post. Whew, they've hit the woodwork twice now and scored a goal. I don't know. I'm a bit scared now. As Suarez again with a great opportunity. We need to somehow shut Barcelona down. We need to show some passion though, as Luis Alberto's corner is not good, and Frankie de Jong coming with the ball out of defence. His ball forward is not brilliant. Wan-Bissaka, Tanzabe, De Gea, Rashford wins the header and down to Luis Alberto in the end as Tanzabe gets it up towards Rashford now, who's been the player of the game. Can he get inside, score a hat-trick? It's into the side netting again. 15 minutes to go and there's another highlight. Pogba, Luis Alberto into Rashford. Rashford back to Pogba, and Pogba comes up big to make it 3-1, 5-4 on aggregate, and we've got a little bit more breathing room now. A little bit more breathing. If we grab one more goal, that will completely kill the game off. Completely kill the game off. But we're so close now to the quarterfinals and beating Barcelona. Less than 10 minutes to go. 10 minutes to go in today's game. 5 minutes to go now, and there's a highlight with 3 minutes to go. Obviously, if Barcelona score, that rules out away goals, and then it's 5-5 on aggregate. It's whoever wins this game, on aggregate, obviously, goes through. We need to grab another goal, and this could be it. It's Cavani. Oh, I can't get it on target. I just want one more goal. All I want is one more goal. And that should do it for us as Everton comes forward on the ball and loses it really, really easily. Should have done a lot better there. The ball was not good though. And Rashford gets his hat-trick. Barcelona defensively mess up completely there. Rashford goes in and grabs his hat-trick to make it 6-4 on aggregate. Even if Barcelona grab a second goal now, we'll still be going through on aggregate. This has been a superb game and we have beaten Barcelona 4-1 with that man scoring a hat-trick. What a beautiful man I don't even care if Barcelona score a goal now. Don't even care if Barcelona score a goal now. Go on, Messi, score a goal. I'll give it to you for free. To be fair, that was actually very close. 4 minutes of added time then. And as the clock ticks down, that is going to be that. Manchester United 4, Barcelona 1, through into the quarterfinals of the Champions League. I tell you what, you love to see it. Brilliant stuff then. A hat-trick from Rashford has saved us there, which is brilliant. Wan-Bissaka did pick up a yellow card. It was worth it though. It was worth it. So he is going to miss the first leg of the quarter-final, but it's fair enough. It's something we can take. We can handle that. Hang on a sec. Champions League semi-final draw. It shouldn't be semi-finals yet. Why is a semi-final draw coming up? Yeah, quarter-final and semi-final. That makes a bit more sense. I don't know why they do quarter-finals and semi-final draws at the same time. Either way, we're going to view it. Plenty of teams we could come up against, including Liverpool and Arsenal, who have both thrashed us recently, so I'd rather stay away from them. Let's see who we get then. Atletico Madrid versus Juventus. PSG versus Man United. So, I assume this would mean that we'll have either Atletico or Juventus in the semi-final. We'll see what happens anyway as we draw some more teams. And I presume if we respond again, okay, we've got a separate draw for the semi-final. So, okay, it's Bayern Munich or Liverpool versus Roma or Arsenal. So it is, the same thing, as I said. That is what we could be doing. This is our route to the final now. I think we can do it. PSG, though, PSG is going to be ridiculously tough. I think they are the best team left. Well, I say that. I think Liverpool are probably the best team left in it. But I think of opposition we could come up against, PSG is very, very difficult. So again, we've got Watford there actually. So we might do a 3-game special, but later on today, we're going to do the PSG and Watford and PSG game. So look forward to that one. That will come out the usual time of 8 o'clock tonight. So look forward to that one. I've not decided when this one comes out, so this will be a bit of a surprise for you. Maybe in the morning. We might try a morning episode. I don't think I've ever done that. So if you're watching this in the morning, I hope you've enjoyed it. Either way, thank you very much for watching today's episode. Please do drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. And I'll see you later on. Have a good day. Bye.